No, these are not the latest toys to cash in on the popularity of R2-D2. Rather, they are the prototypes of a light industrial robot they call Sir-3. Sir-3, or the Singapore Intelligent Robot, is the first of her kind to be designed in Asia outside of Japan. She's the brainchild of Dr. Michael Howe, who hopes that she'll fill a niche in the low-cost automation market. Dr. Howe explains,
the existing models generally build very big size and also cost 50 to 60,000 US dollars. Ours is relatively low, small size, just like ARM, you can do just what the ARM can do, and the cost only 15,000. So that's quite a bit difference. And also because we have the accessory with the robots, people put the same amount of money, they can get all the accessory, they can do all automation. Besides that, all controller can control 8 input signal, 8 output signal, plus 8 switch on off. That means control the whole factory. Basically use one controller.
Though Sir-3 is only half a meter tall, she can move as fast as 1 meter per second and is accurate down to 1/4 of a millimeter. Put together with the aid of a $700,000 grant from the Singapore Science Council, she picks up where Sir-1, an education robot, left off. Sir-3 was designed and developed over 2 years by a team that at its peak numbered only 5. Her successful development is all the more remarkable when you learn that none of them, except for one, had any training whatsoever in robotics.
Robotics is relatively new in Singapore and in this part of the world, so we know very little about robotics when we before started designing Sir-1 and Sir-3 robots. First thing coming to our mind is, of course, we are having a very difficult task because we have to start everything from scratch. We have to start reading out how other people's design their robot. Of course, the information obtainable is still very little. So they are all very general information.
Li Wei-Kiang, who designed the syntax or language with which to communicate with Sir-3, found that he had little reference to work with. Together with Chiu Boon-chin, an electronics engineer, Yin Xiang-tin, he attended seminars and conferences abroad to learn more about robot technology. They had found, to their dismay, that the robotics courses held in Singapore taught you how to use rather than design a robot.
Even for this series, 404 series, output tops, and also the color. Is this suitable for use, this style of output top? Yes, so this one's, let me find it. Rotor inertia.
One of those who did have some training in robotics is the man responsible for designing her circuits. Yin Xiang-ting was trained in logic development systems, and he had a hand in designing both the software and hardware of Sir-3. Since she was launched in an international robotics show in Chicago in April, she has been very popular. Over 20 Sir-3s have found homes in Singapore and in the United States, Australia and Sweden. 20 more are being assembled to cope with the unexpectedly high demand. They hope to eventually sell 300 each year. One of Sir-3's most attractive features is her flexibility. Unlike other robots which are programmed to handle specific movements, Sir-3 can be taught new movements either through a voice control unit or manually, as one would teach a child. One of Yin's greatest challenges was to ensure that Sir-3 does not lose count. That is, it remains accurate, despite the constant repetition of movement. As leader of the team, Cheo Boon-chin had even bigger problems.
The cost of the robot available in the market now are still very expensive. So since other people cannot do it, it's also very hard for us to achieve this. So we have to be very careful about our design. The design has to be very simple and yet having all the functions that other robots have. So as for the speed and accuracy, of course we are new in designing robots. So to achieve a robot that have a relatively high speed and good accuracy, it is also very difficult to us.
The team's success with Sir-3 has won them admiration and respect both here and abroad.
Like Dr. Hara, the president of the Seiko Corporation. So he came, he took a look and he asked all the questions to my engineer. At first they didn't believe we made the robot by ourselves. Later time he found that it really surprised him. And he says, very good. He said, once I finish, I should ask him, he can market for me. So like recent last week, Professor Lu from US and came to take a look and he said this 18 months ago was here and you finished just prototype, now you finished the product, really surprised me. And also really need the accuracy and also what he expected, like the industrial robots. So we really appreciate their comments.
From conceptualization to getting the right people for the job,
Yes, so
from ensuring that development funds are available and that there is a market for Sir-3, it is the combination of these four factors which has made the Singapore Intelligent Robot possible.